Hello everyone and welcome back to another Movie Nights movie review. Today we are talking about Hitman, directed by Richard Linklater, who's just, one of the best filmmakers ever. And this film stars Glen Powell as someone who works for a local police department pretending to be various hitmen, and he kind of gets caught up in this whole almost game that he's playing with them because he's also a psychology teacher. But things take a turn when he starts falling in love with one of the people he comes across. This is no bullshit when I say this is one of my favorite movies of the year so far, and it was completely unexpected. It was kind of like Challengers in that way. First of all, Richard Linklater, fantastic direction. That's not a surprise. Glen Powell, this is probably my favorite performance I've seen him give. He is so good. He commands every second he's on screen. Adria, I hope I pronounced her name correctly, is also fantastic in the movie, and her chemistry with Glen Powell is amazing. She was also in Andor. She was great in Andor, and she was one of the only good things about Morbius. The thing that strikes me most about this movie is the impossible tonal balance that it sets out to achieve and how perfectly it achieves that goal. This movie is like a dark comedy, but it's more like a dark romantic comedy, a dark rom-com, if you will. But it also has really deep character drama and really interesting introspection from more than one person in the film. The way that the film reveals exposition, information is interesting, it's engaging. The movie's paced perfectly, and not 1 second feels too slow or too fast or too long. And the story itself is really interesting and fascinating, and the way that it's tied to the lead character's fascination with psychology and how that kind of got his interest into doing what he's doing, pretending to be these hitmen. It was a script and a screenplay with purpose. Everything in the film, every line spoken was important to the story, and that's freshly satisfying to see. This film does release on Netflix later in the week. I was fortunate enough to see it in a movie theater. One of the theaters it was playing in was one that was local to me, and there were a handful of people in the theater with me, and I was so happy I got to experience this on the big screen because everybody was laughing. They were supposed to laugh, gasping when they were supposed to gasp. It was a really great communal experience, so I highly recommend that you try to watch this movie with a bunch of friends, with a bunch of people, because it will make it that much better. Something that the movie also does incredibly well is it sets up character dynamics of you not knowing who you can trust as the story unfolds, and it does such a great job of playing hopscotch with, can I trust this character, can I not trust this character, is it bad that I like this person, is it good that I like this person, is it good that I hate this person? Like, it makes you feel all those things at the same time, and there's genuine suspense in the movie to where I could feel it in my stomach when I was watching it. And there's a point in the movie, kind of the crux of him starting to fall in love with one of the people, where as soon as it happens, you're like, oh man, this is not going to end well. And the whole movie just kind of feels like a journey of it not going to end well. And the movie has so many avenues it goes, but it never feels out of character or jarring or like it's not supposed to be there. Everything felt like the story exactly what it was supposed to be. I was very pleasantly surprised with the movie. I knew it'd be good. It's Richard Linklater, but I did not expect it to like it as much as I do. It's easily in my top 5, probably top 3 movies of the year so far. And that's a couple in close succession because I have them with Furiosa also. Oh, and of course, I can't go without mentioning this. For any of you who saw the Idea of You review, you know how I talked about how an amazing friend to movie nights, Roxy Rivera, crushed it in that movie. She has a very brief appearance in Hitman as well, and she crushed it again. The movie is so good that I forgot she was in it. Even like she literally told me, she goes, oh, by the way, I'm in Hitman. When it got to her scene and she popped up, I was like, oh shit, that's right, she's in this. But anyway, when you guys watch it, what did you think about it? I'd love to see your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next review.